baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 on the PS4. The created franchise is called the BRONX KNIGHTS. They've taken the place of the Houston Astros in the American League West. The standings are on the screen as we speak. The Knights are currently 76-40. They're in first place in the American League West with an 11.5 game lead over the Seattle Mariners for first place. It is the first week of August, about a little less than 2 months left for the season. Let's jump into the calendar and play the next game. This is a 4-game set against the Kansas City Royals. First game, the BRONX KNIGHTS won 14-9. So here comes game 2. View organization's games. Play game. Okay. Play full game. We are the home team at Classic Yankee Stadium. Looks good. Madison Bumgarner is the starter. Everybody looks good. Let's rock and roll. So as you can see, there are 2 players in the top 3 for the BRONX KNIGHTS in batting average for the American League. Chris Ramos leads the league with 366. Then it's Wade Boggs, 357, and Michael O'Rourke, 347. So batting average is going to be a chase. Still 2 months left, though. Welcome to Classic Yankee Stadium for some Major League Baseball as the Kansas City Royals visit the BRONX KNIGHTS. On the mound for the Knights is Madison Bumgarner, making his 8th start. He has pitched in and out of the bullpen this season. His record is 7-3 with a 4.19 earned run average. And leading off for the Royals is Byron Buxton. 233, 9 homers, 23 runs batted in. Here comes the first pitch of the game. At the knees, ball, strike 1. Check that. It's 36 games over 500. BRONX KNIGHTS are. That's Jacob Salazar at shortstop. And Max Lukelich in center field. And he drives it deep, but foul. Count is 0-2 on Buxton. Pops him up in the infield. Bumgarner waves everybody off and makes the catch for the first out of the first. So, starting lineup for the Royals. Buxton was the center fielder. Nick Senzel is the second baseman. Alex Bregman third. Paul Konerko at first. Jesse Winker in left. Tyler Freeman is the shortstop. Shea Langoliers is the catcher. Lazaro Armenteros is in the outfield, and I have no idea who's batting ninth. Nick Senzel, 282, 18 homers, 53 runs batted in, steps in with 1 out here in the top of the first. Swing and a miss, the outside fastball, strike 1. Grounds it to Mattingly at first, takes it himself, steps on the bag for out number 2.
The third baseman, number 2.
So Alex Bregman, the third baseman, is hitting 284, 17 homers, 59 runs batted in. He's up there with 2 away. Nobody on here in the top of the first. Fouls off the fastball, down the first baseline, strike 1. Changeup misses outside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside corner with the fastball. Count is 1-2. Mike Fillmore is the home plate umpire making the calls on the balls and strikes behind the plate today. Bregman sits in at count 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. The fastball. Strike 3 side is retired. So after half an inning of baseball, it's the Kansas City Royals 0. BRONX KNIGHTS coming to bat. So on the mound for the Royals is Rolando Dominguez, making his 4th start of the season. He is 1-1 with a 7.50 earned run average. Leading off is Mighty Max Lukelich. 315, 4 homers, 31 runs batted in. Also has 31 stolen bases. First pitch from Dominguez. Low and outside, ball one. Kansas City Royals are in last place in the AL Central. Outside fastball, strike one, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike on Max. And he slices it, and it's going to drop in there. Bloop base hit to left field for Max to lead off this game. So runner with some speed is on first. Little hesitation from the left fielder off the bat. So next up is Don Mattingly, the first baseman. He is hitting .324, 21 homers, 85 runs batted in. He's hot in his last handful of games. He's 9 for his last 19. Luklich leads off first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. And he hits him. Got him right in the midsection. So there'll be runners at first and second with nobody out here to start this game. Almost rung the bell. So, Chris Ramos, switch hitter, second baseman, hitting .366, 46 homers, 116 RBIs, leads the team in all 3 categories, leads the American League in home runs and in batting average. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Fouls off the fastball, strike one. And he hits this high and deep. That ball is gonzo. That is home run number 47 for Chris Ramos. And they have a early 3-0 lead on the 3-run homer. Before a single out has been recorded. Oh yeah. Watch this replay. Home run number 47, RBIs number 117, 118, and 119 on this season. So with a 3-0 lead and still nobody out here in the top of the first, Michael O'Rourke steps up, hitting .347 with 30 homers on the season. Second on the ball club. Pitches outside, ball one. Below the knees, count as 2 balls and no strikes on O'Rourke.
Nope, that's a ball.
So it's 3-0.
I got 3-0.
Does he have the green light? No, he does not. Right down the middle. Hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Dominguez. Swings over the top of the fastball, count evens. Well, count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Michael. Fouls it upstairs behind the plate. Count will remain 3-2. And he walks him. So base on balls, runner at first here, still with nobody out in the first. It's a 3-0 advantage. Jacob Salazar is hitting .330, 14 homers, 74 runs batted in. Runner at first and nobody out. Pitches outside, ball one. Jacob's a switch hitter as well, hitting from the left side against the righty Dominguez. And it is a looper into left, a base hit. So runners will be at first and second with nobody out still. And just for the record, I think I need to show. So I'm going to play every inning of every game of this 162 game schedule. No simulated innings, no skipping games. Every game will be at the all-star hitting and pitching difficulty. So before we go, I just want to show for the record options, gameplay, all-star hitting difficulty, and all-star pitching difficulty. Just one for the record. So next up is the right fielder, Benny Locicero, hitting .302 on the season. Runners at first and second, and nobody out. And he grounds it to the first baseman, throws over to second and into left field. It is an error on the first baseman, and he throws the ball away. So the score is now 4-0. It's an E3. Two-base error. Runners at second and third now. Still nobody out. Look at this. Just throws it into the outfield. Meanwhile, the runner at third scored. So next up is Matt Saps, designated hitter, 289, 22 homers, 74 runs batted in. 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Pitch is low and inside, ball 1. So far, this trip to Yankee Stadium has been a nightmare for the Royals. They lost the first game of this 4-game series, 14-9. And he pops him up, short right field. Out goes the second baseman to make the catch, 1 away, and the runner at third does not score. Lineup for the Knights: Max Lukulich is in center, Don Mattingly's at first, Chris Ramos at second, Mike O'Rourke in left, Jacob Salazar is the shortstop, Benny Cicero in right, Matt Saps is the DH, Matt Termini is at third, and Anthony Miller was batting ninth and playing catcher. So Matt Termini, 308, 8 homers, runners at second and third with only 1 out. Pitch is low in the dirt, blocked nicely, no advance. So the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Matt Termini has 60 runs batted in on the season. That happens to be a career high. That's a deep drive to right. And the catch is made. Runners will both tag. And it will be an RBI sacrifice fly for Matt Termini. And the score is now 5-0, Knights. So they put up a 5 spot here in the first. So 2 outs, runner at third. They'll need a hit to get that runner home. And the manager has seen enough. 2/3 of an inning, 5 earned runs. He says that's it. Some of them may not have been earned because of the error from the first baseman, but he was the engineer of his own demise. In and relief comes Nick Birdie, making his 44th appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 4-1 with a 7.38 earned run average. So the number 9 hitter, Anthony Miller, the catcher, 247, 9 homers, 46 runs batted in. Needs to get a hit to get that run home. And he grounds it to Hopper to the third baseman, throws across the diamond in time, and the side is retired, but not before Chris Ramos hits a 3-run homer and the Knights score 5 at the end of 1. It's the Knights 5, the Royals nothing. Top of the second, up steps Paul Konerko, 285, 29 homers, 82 runs batted in on the season. Bumgarner deals. In there, strike 1. And it's a deep drive to left, but it curves foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Konerko. Just gets a piece of the cut fastball, fouls it back. Count remains 0-2. Deep drive to center. However, Lukulich is there, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Defense for the Bronx Knights in the outfield from left to right is Mike O'Rourke, Max Lukulich, and Benny Cicero. And in the infield from left to right is Matt Termini, Jacob Salazar, Chris Ramos, Don Mattingly. And behind the plate is Anthony Miller. Knights are 3rd in the American League in fielding percentage. And with 1 away, up steps Jesse Winker, 285, 29 homers, 85 RBIs, or 82. Not sure. In there, strike 1. 82, check that. 29, 82. Grounds it through the shift, and it is a 1-out single for Winker. So they have a runner at first with 1 away.
That's it. The shortstop, Tyler.
So Tyler Freeman, the shortstop, 261, 15 homers, 40 runs batted in, steps in. 1 out. Fouls it back to the backstop. Strike 1. Cut fastball in there, strike 2. And he fouls it upstairs. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Runner leads off first. Count is 0-2, 1 away here in the top of the second. It's a 5-0 lead. And Tyler hits a shallow fly ball to right center. Lo Cicero makes the catch for out number 2. So the catcher, Shea Langoliers, steps to the plate. 240, 12 homers, 42 runs batted in. Runner at first and 2 away. Grounds it through the hole between short and third base. It is a base hit. The runners will be at first and second with 2 outs, so they are threatening here in the top of the second. So the right fielder, Lazaro Armenteros, 236, 8 homers, 25 runs batted in, steps up with runners at first and second. He takes a high strike. The first pitch of the at-bat. And he lines it down the left field line, checked out the right field line, and it is a foul ball. Count is 0-2. Cutter inside, off the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Armenteros. Strike 3 called. Got him looking with the breaking ball, and the side is retired. So after an inning and a half of baseball, it's the Bronx Knights 5, Kansas City Royals nothing. Lineup turns over for the Bronx Knights. Max Luklich singled in his first at-bat. He's up there for his second plate appearance. Birdie throws the ball.
Count 1-0.
And he lines it, but right there is the right fielder to make the catch for the first out. Defensive alignment for the Royals. From left to right in the outfield is Jesse Winker, Byron Buxton, and Lazaro Armenteros. And in the infield is Bregman, Freeman, Senzel, Canerco, and Shea Langoliers behind the plate. They are second in the American League in fielding. So 2 good defensive ball clubs. Don Mattingly was hit by a pitch in the first, no official at-bat. Takes high and outside ball 1. 1 away here in the bottom of the second. It's a 5-0 lead for the Bronx Knights. And he's a little early on it. Grounds it up the first base line. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And first baseman knocks it down, flips to first. Pitcher covering. Nice play all around for the second out. So next up is Chris Ramos, the second baseman, with a 3-run home run in the first. His 47th homer of the season. And that's the league leader in that stat category. Pitches outside, ball 1. Outside again, ball 2. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on Ramos. Pulls it foul down the first base line. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Chris. And this time it's a pop-up just on the outfield grass. Second baseman Senzel makes the catch to retire the side. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Purdy. And at the end of 2, it's a 5-0 lead for the Bronx Knights. Top of the third, Lane Thomas, part-time player, hitting .212. Leads off the third. At the knees, strike 1.
0-1.
Grounds it to Mattingly at first. Steps on the bag himself, and there's one away.
The center fielder, number 25.
So the lineup turns over for the Kansas City Royals. Byron Buxton is up again. He's 0 for 1. Strike one.
0-1's the count.
And that is a hard line drive. One hop to the wall in left field. And by the time O'Rourke gets that ball back to the cutoff man, it's going to be a stand-up double with one away. Here's the replay. Just absolutely line drive. Hits that 318 sign in left. Hits it with authority. So, runner in scoring position with only one away for Nick Senzel, who struck out. No, check it out. He grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 6 in this series so far. Inside corner. Strike one. Grounds it to Salazar at short. Looks the runner back to first. To second. Check that. Throws to first. And there are two away.
The third baseman, number 2, Alex.
So Alex Bregman, the third baseman, struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Runner at second, 2 away. In there, strike one. Just gets a piece of the curveball. Count is 0 and 2. And that is a line drive base hit to center field. He makes the turn at third. He heads on home. It is an RBI single for Alex Bregman, and the score is 5-1 Bronx Knights. Nice two-out hitting by Alex Bregman. This is a replay. So next up is Paul Konerko. He flew out in the first. He's hitless in this series so far. Outside corner, strike one.
0-1's the count.
And it's a slow roller to the pitcher. Bumgarner fields, fires, got him, side retired. But they do get a run on the RBI single. And after 2.5, it's Bronx Knights 5, Kansas City Royals 1. So we go to the bottom of the third. Up steps Michael O'Rourke. He walked in the first inning, no official at bat. His average sits at 347, which is good for third. Grounds it, one hopper to the first baseman. Takes it himself to the bag. One pitch, one away. So the standings in the American League Central, Minnesota leads the league. They have a one-game lead over the Chicago White Sox. Kansas City is in last place, 24 games back. Their season is effectively over. So with one away, Jacob Salazar steps up. He has a single and a run scored. Second plate appearance here in the bottom of the third. And he chases a high fastball, strike one. And he fouls off another fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Switch hitter hitting from the left side against the righty Birdie. Backs him off the plate. Count is 1 and 2. A little high chin music. And this one is a deep drive at the track. Reaching up, he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That was a deep drive. So the highest team ERAs in the American League. The Indians are on top with a 5.41 ERA, but the Royals are right behind. So their pitching staff certainly needs some work in the offseason. So with 2 outs, up steps Benny Locicero, who reached on an error in the first. 3 for 6 in this series so far. Low ball 1. Benny has 91 runs batted in, good for second place on the team. Grounds it up the first base line, grabbed nicely by the first baseman. Konerko steps on the bag, and the side is retired. So after 3, It's a 4-run lead for the Bronx Knights. They lead 5-1. So we go to the top of the 4th. Up steps Jesse Winker. He has a hit in his first at-bat. And he drives it down the right field line to the seats, strike 1. Just misses with the cut fastball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls off the changeup. Count is 1-2. And he grounds it to first base. Mattingly fields it himself, takes it to the bag, and there is 1 out. Winker is retired. So next up is Tyler Freeman, who flew out in the 2nd inning. He is 0 for 1. Just misses inside with the breaking ball. Count is 0-1. Out in front of the changeup. Oh, that might have been a curveball. Point is, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Freeman. Low strike, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is 1-2. Fouls off the changeup. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. 5-1 lead for the Bronx Knights. And he serves it into the air to right field. Lo Cicero makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting.
So Shea Langolier steps up. He singled in the 2nd. He is hitting .242 on the season. 2 away here in the 4th. And late on the fastball, drives it into the seats down the first base line. Strike 1. And he pops it up in the infield. Salazar calls everybody off and makes the catch on the infield grass. The side is retired. So, after 3.5, Bronx leads 5-1. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Up steps Matt Saps, who's 0 for 1. Nick Birdie's still in there.
Number 31.
Pitches outside, ball 1. Checks his swing, pitches low, count is 2-0 on Saps. And he swings at the 2-0 pitch and drives it to right. Running catch by the outfielder Argamenteros for out number 1. So Matt Termini steps up to the plate. He had a sac fly in the 1st. And he swings and fouls off the high fastball, strike 1. Outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he serves it upstairs into foul territory. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitches outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. 4-run lead for the Bronx Knights. Full count, 3-2. Anthony Millo, the catcher, is on deck. And it is a hard ground ball through the left side. It is a base hit for Matt Termini. He is 1 for 1. So with 1 away, they have a base runner. Let's look at the replay.
Now batting. Number 43.
Shortstop Tyler Freeman could not get a glove on it. Anthony Millo grounded out in the 1st. Steps in, he's 0 for 1. Quick throw to 1st. Termini is back. Outside, ball 1. Way out in front of the slider, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Miller. Oh, quick throw. He gets away, goes into the stands. That's an E1. So on the wild throw to first, he's awarded second base. Skips, hits the first base umpire, bounces into the seats. So, runner in scoring position with 1 away. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. That is a fly ball to center. Buxton barely has to move. He makes the catch for out number 2. Strong throw to third. No advance by Termini. So Lukulich is 1 for 2 with a single. 2 outs, runner in scoring position. At the knees, strike 1.
0-1's the count.
And he slices it down the third base line. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Mighty Max. And he pops it. Oh, nice catch by the third baseman to retire the side. Leaping catch by Bregman. So after 4, it's a 4-run lead. Bronx Knights lead 5-1. Leading off the top of the 5th is Lazaro Armenteros. Struck out in the 2nd. It's his 2nd plate appearance to lead off the 5th. In there, strike 1. Fouls off the cut fastball. Count is 0-2. Swing and a miss, the cut fastball. And there's 1 away. That's strikeout number 3 for Madison Bumgarner. It's a replay.
The designated hitter, Lane Thomas.
So next up is Lane Thomas. Grounded out in the 3rd. It's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss at the inside fastball, strike 1. In there, strike 2. Grounds it weakly to Termini at third base. Throws across the diamond for out number 2. Bumgarner has been relatively sharp. So, Brian Buxton, the leadoff man, steps in for his 3rd plate appearance. He has a double today. He's 1 for 2. Slices it down the first base line, right field line, strike 1. Slow roller to the shortstop. Salazar charges, fires, got him. Side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Bumgarner, and at 4.5, it's 5-1. Bronx Knights lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
Coming in relief for the bottom of the 5th is Ryan Presley. It's 4-3 with a 4.75 earned run average. Leading off is Don Mattingly. He was hit by a pitch. He's officially 0 for 1 in this ballgame.
For the ninth, the first baseman, John Mattingly.
Outside, ball 1. He is a career .307 hitter over 18 fictional seasons. Low in the dirt, count is 2-0. Checks his swing, pitches high, count is 3-0. Will he be swinging on 3-0? Will he have the green light? Hands are off the controller, so I don't think he's swinging. So Ryan Presley comes in and throws 4 straight balls to the first batter he sees here in the bottom of the 5th. It's already a 4-run lead. He's walking the leadoff man. So Chris Ramos is up for his third plate appearance. He had a 3-run home run in the first. He's 1 for 2. It's a switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Presley. Pitches at the knees, strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Little late on the fastball count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Ramos. And he crushes it, but it curves foul down the right field line. Count remains 0-2.
Ball.
Just low, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he lazy fly ball to center field. Buxton is there. He makes the catch, 1 away. So Michael O'Rourke is officially 0 for 1, but he does have a walk. He has 30 homers and 91 runs batted in the season. Outside, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
He also has 31 doubles this season. Low, ball 2. He just fouls off the outside fastball. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on O'Rourke. Mattingly leads off first. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. And again, just gets a piece. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pops it up. Left field line. Into the seats. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 5th. Mattingly leads off first. 4-run lead for the Knights. It's 5-1. Backs him off the plate. Count goes full. 3-2. Will the runner be off? He's 1 away. Let's see. Slow roller to the first baseman. Throws to second for 1, back to first, not in time, so it's a fielder's choice. Out at second, so 2 away. O'Rourke is at first for Jacob Salazar. 2 bouncer, charges it, tosses a strike this time, and Mattingly upends Freeman. So Salazar has 1 for 2. He's with a single today. Keep an eye out for a stolen base from O'Rourke. He is crafty over there. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Langoliers. Ball 1. Serves it to left center field. Buxton makes the catch to retire the side. So it is an official ball game. 5 innings have been played. Bronx Knights lead 5-1. Top of the 6th. Nick Senzel's 0 for 2. Bumgarner's still out there. Strike on the outside corner. Change-up's low. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Senzel. Foul tip into the glove. Count is 1-2. Low line drive, long run, but a shoestring catch by Max Lukulich in center. Nice play for the first out. went towards left center field. So next up is Alex Bregman. He has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. Responsible for the only run on the scoreboard for the Royals. Late on the fastball, strike 1. Modest 5-game hitting streak. High curveball. Count is 0-2. Surprised he didn't take a hack at that. Up the middle. Easy play for Bumgarner. Makes the throw. There are 2 away here in the bottom. Top of the 6th. Paul Konerko's up. He's 0 for 2. Just misses outside, ball 1. It's a 4-run lead for the Bronx Knights. They lead 5-1 here in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And this is a deep drive. It's got a chance. It curves just foul, missing the pole by inches. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Konerko. And he serves this into deep right center field. Back goes Lo Cicero at the track. He makes the catch to retire the side. So 5.5 complete. It's still a 4-run lead for the Bronx Knights, 5-1. So bottom of the 6th, Benny Lo Cicero steps up. He is 0 for 2, hitting at an even 300, 25 homers, 91 runs batted in. One hopper to the second baseman. Senzel throws to first, 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting, number 31.
Matthew Saps is 0 for 2. Steps in with 1 away. Inside off the plate, ball 1. He has 9 runs batted in his last 7 games. So he's been producing runs. Fouls off the fastball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Saps. Pitches outside, 2-1. Swing and a miss. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Bronx Knights lead 5-1. Grounds it down the third base line and through. It is a base hit. He'll make a big turn at first, but will not go. So it'll be a 1-out single for Matthew Saps, and he's 1 for 3 today.
Number 79.
So Termini steps up. He has a single today and a sacrifice fly. And he's late on the fastball, strike 1. Inside off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Saps leads off first. And he skies it to center. Buxton barely has to move. And he makes the catch for out number 2. Obviously no advance on the base paths. Saps will stay right where he is at first base.
The batter, number 43.
So Anthony Millo is 0 for 2. Steps up with 2 outs. Fouls the fastball to the right side. Strike 1. In the dirt, knocked away. Throw to second is not in time. Wild pitch by the pitcher, Brian Presley, leads to a runner being in scoring position now with 2 away. Single can get him home. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Millo. Swing and a miss at the outside. Breaking ball. Count is 1-2. And he gets him. Swing and a miss. Side is retired. They strand the runner at second. So after 6 innings of baseball, it's 5-1. Bronx Knights lead. So we go to the top of the 7th. In steps Jesse Winker. It's 1 for 2.
The left fielder, number 33, Jesse Winker.
Deep drive, long run for O'Rourke. And he will not make that catch. It will one hop over the 399 sign. It is a ground rule double to lead off the top of the 7th for Winker. That's number 15 on the season. And they have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. So next up is, before we even get there, we'll go to the manager's office in the bullpen. And we will get Jesse Biddle will warm up. And let's say Telly Argios will warm up. Oh, to the pitcher. Throws to second. Unfortunately, luckily, does not cost him. It's very foolish to throw to the second baseman. But he was alert and threw to first, so there's 1 away. So Shea Langoliers is 1 for 2 with a single. Runner at second. And he lines it down the first base line. Foul ball, strike 1. Shea does not hit well with runners in scoring position. .212 average. That's a deep drive. Long run for the center fielder. Back to the track, the wall. He's got it. What a brilliant catch. Long run. Gave it a ride, but there's 2 away. Lazaro Armenteros struck out twice today. He's got a chance to drive in a run. But it's slow roller to the second baseman. Ramos fields, fires, and there are 3 outs. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the 7th inning stretch. It is still a 4-run lead. Bronx Knights 5, Kansas City 1.
Your attention, please.
In relief comes Paul Blackburn, who did not pitch well in Game 1 of this series. He's 2-6 with a 4.72 earned run average. And leading off is Max Lukulich. He has a single today. He's 1 for 3. Bullpen is still active for the Royals, just in case. And he's late on the fastball, strike 1. And that is a ground ball base hit up the middle and through. So leadoff hitter is on. And he is 2 for 4 in today's ball game. So next up is Don Mattingly, who is still 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch. He walked to first, over to second for 1, back to first. It is a 3-6-3 double play. Konerko has made up for that error. So that quickly, there are 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Fires a strike to the shortstop, Tyler Freeman, and tosses it back to Konerko for the 2 outs. So up steps Chris Ramos. 1 for 3. The one was a big one, a 3-run homer in the first to set the stage for this lead. Outside, ball 1. Grounds it, 2-hopper to the second baseman. Senzel throws to first to retire the side. So, 7 complete. Bronx Knights 5, Kansas City Royals 1. We'll go to the top of the 8th. Lane Thomas steps in. He is 0 for 2.
The designated hitter, Lane Thomas.
Fouls back. Strike 1. And it is a lazy fly ball to left. O'Rourke is there, and there is no way. Next up is Byron Buxton, 1 for 3 with a double. Grounds it down the third base line. It just misses the bag and goes foul. Strike 1. Breaking ball just misses. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. 42,702 in attendance here at Classic Yankee Stadium. Not a sellout, but pretty good crowd. Sellout's about 53,000. At the knees with the fastball, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. Inside corner with the breaking ball, and there are 2 away. Bumgarner's 4th strikeout of the ball game. 7 2/3 so far, 1 run. He's pitched well enough to get that 8th victory. We'll see what happens. Nick Senzel is 0 for 3. Foul, pokes it foul. First base line, strike 1. Hard ground ball past the shortstop and into left field. It is a base hit for Senzel. And with 2 away, they have a base runner.
Now back, third base.
So Alex Bregman is up. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single, and that'll be all for Addison Bumgarner. Mattingly, the manager, makes the pitching change, wants the right-hander. So in comes Telly Argios.
Now pitching.
4 and 5 with 5.02 earned run average. Runner at first, 2 away. Checks his swing. 2-seam fastballs low, ball 1. Now he hits the breaking ball foul. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he fouls it back to the backstop. Count is 1 and 2. And he pops it up on the first base side. In foul territory, Mattingly makes the catch to retire the side. So 7.5 complete. It's still a 4-run ball game. Bronx Knights lead 5-1. So we will go to the bottom of the 8th. Colin Poche will make his 29th appearance out of the bullpen. He's 1 and 2, the 4.03 earned run average. Leading off is Michael O'Rourke. 0 for 2 today. He did walk and score a run. Outside corner, strike 1. And that's a deep drive towards the gap. Long run for the center fielder, but he will make the catch. Nice range to his left by Byron Buxton. And there's 1 away. Jacob Salazar will bat from the right side against the lefty, Colin Poche. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Just gets a piece of the split finger fastball. Count is 0 and 1. And again fouls off the fastball. 2 strikes. Quickly the count is 0 and 2. And that's a deep drive. Back goes the left fielder to the track, the wall. He makes the catch right in front of the warning track for the second out.
Number 38.
So Benny Cicero, the right fielder, is 0 for 3 today. Batting average is dipped under the 300 mark at 299. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Lefty versus lefty. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. And that is a line drive to center field. It is a base hit. And he will finish this game with an oh wait, he's going for second for no reason whatsoever. He decided to try to stretch a single into a double. So it's a single and a caught stealing at second. And at the end of 8 innings of baseball, Bronx Knights lead 5-1. Last licks for the Kansas City Royals. They need 4 to tie. So here in the top of the 9th is Paul Konerko. He's 0 for 3. Telly is still out there. In there, strike 1. Fouls off the curveball. Count is 0-2. And he drives it down the left field line, but into the seats, a foul ball. Count remains 0-2. Just misses inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he hits it off the end of the bat, pulls it down the left field line. Pokes it against the shift. And it is a base hit. Had the fielders been playing in their normal positions instead of being shifted over to the left side, that would have been an easy out for the second baseman. Hits it in that newly generated hole where the second baseman normally stands. So Jesse Winkler's 2 for 3, and the manager will go to the bullpen and bring in Jesse Biddle. Jesse Biddle, 2-2 with a 1.46 earned run average. And it is a line drive base hit to lead off. Welcomes him with a hit. First pitch of the outing. First and second with nobody out here in the 9th. So Tyler Freeman is up. 2 runners on, nobody out. He's 0 for 3 today. And he grounds it to the sliding Termini. Steps on the bag, throws across. So he decides to take the, instead of going for the round the horn double play, 5-4-3, he decides to get the out at third. I'm not sure I agree with that. I think he should have tossed it to second. But anyway, still runners at first and second and 1 out for Shane Langoliers, who's 1 for 3 with a single. Mattingly steps on the bag, throws to second. Again, another little bit of a mental lapse in the infield. Instead of going to second for the force, he decides to step on first base first and then make the throw instead of, well, I guess he took the safe out. So runners are at second and third with 2 away. So Lazaro Armenteros represents the final out of the ball game. Let's see what happens. In there, strike 1. Misses with the curveball low. Ball is 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the Royals are down to their final strike. Fans are on their feet. Swing and a miss, strike 3, ball game over. Bronx Knights win 5-1. So they take the first 2 games of this 4-game set here at Yankee Stadium against the Kansas City Royals. That is win number 77 on the season for the Bronx Knights. Madison Bumgarner, the starter, gets his 8th victory of the season. And we'll go to the scoreboard. Bronx Knights, 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Kansas City, 1 run, 8 hits, 2 errors. Like I said before, Bumgarner gets the victory. He is 8 and 3. The loss goes to Rolando Dominguez. I have no idea what his win-loss record is. And the player of the game is Chris Ramos. He was 1 for 4, but it was a big one, a 3-run home run to pace the team in the first inning. So that is your player of the game. And this has been a broadcast of Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robbin. If you're watching this on YouTube, which you probably are, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It is my intention to play every inning of every game of a created franchise. 162 games. No skipping games, no skipping innings. Every game on YouTube. Hopefully 162 and beyond to the playoffs and the World Series. We'll see what happens. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a great evening.